Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys don't know who I am spiritual coach, life coach Coco, someone that just wants to help you out in this thing called life. Today, this is going to be a very, very, very busy week. I feel for a lot of people. Um, as you guys know, we're entering October. Harvest season is amongst us all. So I just kind of wanted to see what's gonna be happening in this next season, seeing how you guys feel. Hopefully you feel rested. Hopefully you feel accomplished in this past season that we had. I know that summer was very rough for a lot of people. We had a lot of changes, especially if you're watching here in America. But let me cut the deck and let's see what's really going on. Okay, let's do some inhales on three. 1, 2, 3, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Last inhale. Exhale. Heavenly Father, ancestors, spirit guides, protective angels, higher self, lower self, and Mother God. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the abundant substance and prosperity that you give on an everyday basis. I appreciate you for connecting me with the collective and me being able to give them these messages, and hopefully they are received well. I'm going to be asking to give some insight and some enlightenment on what's going to be happening in this next season. I appreciate everything you do. If you're not called in this reading, you're not welcome. Amen. For some reason I did see like the clouds parting a little bit. So maybe you guys are entering a season where things are going to be just brighter for you. Just every day isn't going to feel like a drag. Every day you're going to feel happier. Every day you're going to feel more and more content and more fulfillment when it comes to who you are as a person, how you're living your life, and a lot of that is gratitude. So you guys could be moving into a more gratuitous space. I'm getting, for some of you, you want to redecorate your homes. So that could be like the color of your sheets. I know that a lot of people like to decorate for Halloween, but the color orange, it does have a lot to do with the sacral chakra. So a lot around this time is going to be like more memories from the past when you were a kid could be coming up for a lot of people. I know holidays can be really rough for a lot of people. So let's see what the messages are. Okay, you guys. Collective, how are you feeling today? How is the collective feeling today? A lot of you have probably been wanting to be or wanting to eat like a lot of food that's not good for you. And we're not perfect. But I do feel like, you're trying to feed something inside of you that you don't really know what it is. You may be feeling like your stomach is like a black hole around this time. Time is changing. Some of you could be changing jobs right now. Some rules and guidelines at your jobs could be changing. Like they might be having like some provisions happening as well. How is the collective feeling right now? I'm getting some of you might feel a little frustrated because you don't feel like you have a handle on, the happenings that are in your life. Like you don't feel in control of your life. And it's not all areas. It's kind of like your hands are tied on a lot of things. Like if you're working on a project and you're not like the project manager, sometimes you can't bring those ideas to the group or the project manager because people are very egotistical. And sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes people don't receive information very well, especially if they feel like you're trying to correct them. I'm getting that some of you, it's hard to put up with it's hard to put up with the like patriarchy that goes on in your work and like the hierarchy that goes on in your work. And it could be very simple things like you show up to work 2 minutes late and they're trying to fire you and you're getting written up. But when the manager does that or when a specific employee does that, they don't get in trouble. And it's about, I feel like depending on what type of business you work in, it is about like getting to know people and lying. Yeah, you have to lie in corporate sometimes because that's how you're liked. All the people that are really liked, I think that they lie a little bit. Okay, so I have the Chariot card come out and then also the King of Pentacles. You guys are, yeah, moving to happier times. Like I said, you're just gonna wake up one day and it feels like there is a weight that's lifted off of your back and off of your chest. It's just these last couple of days. Like today's October 1st. So let the energy just move within you, move through you, you know, and be calm. And I know this, I have two messages. For some of you, you need to still be the observer. You need to really see the people around you. And it's because the people around you are going through a lot of chaos. So if you decide to step up and be the person that wants to take control or give your advice or the martyr, whatever, who you want to be, who you want to represent at that time, they're going to look at it. Again, people are in their ego. So they're going to look at it as, you're trying to change my life. You're trying to tell me what to do. You think that you're better than me because you can see like an easier way for them to resolve situations in their life. And you're not doing this on purpose. It's just because you don't want to see them struggle. You don't want to see them like put up with this situation for the 100th time, 112, 113. Anyways, so some of you still have to be in observation mode, but some of you are being brought out of, it looks like, I don't know, it's almost like this is the visualization that I'm getting. You were in a mud pile with like a whole bunch of, like, let's say you're a sheepdog. Okay, all right. I'm just thinking about my storytelling skills and they could be better. Okay, but look, you're a sheepdog in a farm. And one day the farmer was just really tired and you were guarding the sheep at night and he decided to just get all the sheep together and herd them all together and just put them out into the open field until, you know, he's ready to come get them for the next day because he's tired, maybe he's sick, whatever. The sheepdog is actually in with the sheep on accident. Okay. And you're the sheepdog. So you're in here and you're like, what are you guys eating? Like, I need to eat meat. I'm not trying to eat these like sheep that are in here, but I'm with them and they're eating like hay and grass and all this extra stuff. And so eventually the farmer sees, like, let's say the next day goes by or 2 days go by because he wasn't really focusing on it. And then he sees and he recognizes like you, the sheepdog, in with the sheep. And he immediately runs out to come get you out of that and washes you off and gets you like a good meal. And your life is just like normal and it's amazing. And you're living the dream and you're eating and you're inside. So it's almost like that type of energy. Like you're going to be recognized and praised for who you actually are at a spiritual level. And other people are going to see it in you, but you are going to have people that don't like that energy and they don't like that you disrupt the system and they don't like that you don't fit the norms that they're actually trying to work towards, because life is evolving all the time and it's shifting all the time. So that's what I'm getting for how you feel. Let's see what's coming up in October. What are some events that are significant this October spirit? October. I have a lazy tongue sometimes. I don't know what fixes that. Yeah, what major events should the collective watch out for? Some of you guys might get asked to go pumpkin picking. It's up to you if you really want to go. Be mindful of the person who's asking you to go and why they're asking you to go. Because creepy stuff still happens, you know what I'm saying, in pumpkin patches. What significant events can you give me for this October? I'm like, okay. Please flip the cards over. I'm like, oh my goodness. Well, you guys, I don't know. I might just flip. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? Knight of Wands, clarified by the Star card. So someone is going to be still pulling at your energy this holiday season. It does seem like, you might have, I don't know, you guys might have dated somebody in the past over Halloween's ago, and the memories of their photos are getting like brought back on like their front of their screen, or like their screensaver or something like that. And it's almost like they have a bone to pick with you because they remember something and they want to tell you about it. So this person still feels connected to you, whether you're thinking about them or not, because I do have here these two cards. So, if they are single, or I'm getting for a lot of people are repeating cycles right now. And I'm asking people, like, do you feel like you're repeating a cycle right now? Like, what were you doing last year? And what were you doing the year before that at this time on this day? And I tell them to look in their phones and see what they were doing. And a lot of the time, people are doing exactly what they were doing, whether it was 3 years ago, whether it was last year. And it's just very interesting to see that if you don't catch those cycles and you don't change certain things before a certain period or a certain season or a certain time, you will repeat a cycle. So this person is feeling like you were brought into their life to change something in their life, but then they look back at their life and it's just like, oh my God, like after they came in, like it's worse. But in reality, they were begging and pleading and just, on their knees, asking for somebody like you to come in and change their life. And for some of you, I'm getting that you came in and you gave them clarity on situations that they've been looking for years, and you just came in and gave them answers. So this person is feeling a type of way because they feel like they didn't really understand the reason of the connection and why you guys were together. And it's not really for them to call your phone about it, okay? But they haven't found the clarity yet, So a lot of people might be temperamental during this time, but for the people that are upgrading and they are actually being pushed into this new way of living, you're going to have like abundance all around you when it comes to your friendships, money, like how you live. I'm getting like, you're going to be upgrading certain things that you were just like, oh my God, like I've been looking for this for a long time. And it's like, you're going to get to do it with ease. There's going to be no disruption. I do want to get into exactly what this person, so you guys can have a heads up. Let's see who this person is. Spirit, how can we identify this person for the collective? Green pants. Who the hell is wearing green pants? Do you guys know somebody that wears green pants? Let me see. White shirt, green pants, glasses. That's giving somebody, he kind of looks like a librarian, scruffy face here, brown hair, short brown hair, maybe like this long, short brown hair, glasses, scruffy face. He's kind of skinny. He's probably about like 5'7" to maybe 5'9". He's wearing a white shirt, rolled up sleeves. Might be European, might be Latin, like Southern America. Yeah, and green pants. It's almost like an army green. Sorry, that was a very interesting description. That's how you can identify them. Anything else? How can we identify them? Is there any phrases or colors, any symbolism that I can identify with this person to help the collective identify who they are? It's someone that everybody finds so sweet, but you're like, I've seen the devil out of this person, okay? Okay, so judgment. You had to call this person out on something because they were not being true. So this person might see you as the devil. They might see you as somebody that's like not true, and you don't really, it's like they think that you were someone that comes into their life, that came into their life to ruin it on purpose, and you benefited off of them and they didn't benefit off of you at all. And so this is someone that is probably more materialistic, like they believe in science more than they do spirituality. What did Drake say? First of all, I know you guys fucking hate Drake. Love Drake's music. That's all I'm gonna say. But yes, he was just like, okay, I'm forgetting the lyrics, but it's along the lines of like, she believes in angels more than she believes in angels more than angels. So believing in science more than, you know, spirituality. But this person still believes in God, but they're not religious. So if you guys know who this person is, but it was someone that you had to like call it quits with, because you were just like, one, you're not my vibe. I'm not really sure how we even matched. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys could have just, it could have been a fling, but I am getting that they are going to try to like come back to you and either one, put you in a situation where it looks like you are crazy or you are this devilish person that they're talking about, or two, they're going to come back to you and they're going to express how they feel about a past situation that didn't sit well with them. So, I mean, like, you guys have the choice to really hear them out. I feel like when people do things like this, think about it first before you call me. What can you take away? You know, how long have you been thinking about this and you've been feeling uneasy about it? Don't call me about it. And like, I mean, unless you can, all right. Right. I think that people don't really know how to address or bring up confrontation. And sometimes people say that I don't either, but a lot of the time I'm just expressing how I feel, and it's hurting their feelings. And then they think that I'm yelling at them or I'm raising my voice. And I'm talking to them like this. And I'm just like, well, this is how I feel about it. And you did this. So why would I sit around and wait around for someone who doesn't have any consideration for time? And they look at me and then they're just kind of like, see, it's because like, it's how you're talking to me. Listen, bitch. Okay. What other messages can we give for the collective? I feel like, you know, that's something that's significant. Your life is changing for the better. You are gonna get a call from somebody. A lot of you're gonna feel like you're living in this fairy tale land. Like, I'm getting winter wonderland. By winter time, you're not even gonna recognize like who you are. You're gonna look in the mirror and you're gonna like who you see, is what I'm getting. You're gonna look in the mirror and you're gonna say that you brought yourself this far. There's something about feeling accomplished at this time, this November, because you're actually going to harvest from the fruits that you planted in the past. And for some of you guys, it's a long time coming. It was an apple tree. It was asparagus. Do you guys know how long it takes for asparagus to grow? I don't even know. I was gonna lie, but here I am. Let's see what other messages the collective has. Justice. You are gonna have to you're gonna have to make a tough decision, I'm getting. And it's not necessarily with the person. I'm getting it's gonna be a weight in life. Like, you're gonna have to leave something behind. And I'm getting for a lot of you, like, I'm getting for a lot of you, it's like working out. You don't want to work out. You don't want to eat better. I'm getting for a lot of you too, it is furthering education. I'm getting for some of you that is getting the hard work out the way. So this is having tough conversations with like family members and friends and people who might have slighted you in the past that are going to show themselves. Also, I'm getting that when you decide to take a chance on yourself, when I was naming those things about like, you know, going back to school and exercising and all those type of things, there's going to be a moment of peace that you're going to have when you decide to take that seriously. Because right now it does seem that there's like a lot of chaos or a lot of commotion and just a lot of hustle and bustle and in your head. And you can't really make firm decisions because you can't hear spirit talking to you of what direction you need to go. Also, I feel like when I record these, I'm talking fine, and then I go back to listen to it, and I feel like I'm talking gibberish. So you guys let me know. Can you give me more information on this justice? I'm getting that you're gonna have to tell someone a really hard truth. I'm getting like this truth is like monumental. Like, the truth that you have to tell this person, it will shatter their whole ego. And don't be surprised if this person, you know, pretends like what you said is okay. They're going to be like, oh, okay, you know, I understand that. I get it. You know, I did used to do things like that. I was that type of person. I understand. But they're only doing that because they want to show that they can be the bigger person, not because they actually feel like the things that you're saying are, they're valid, but they don't want to identify with like the things that they've done in the past. So if like you were saying it about someone else, they'd be like, yeah, that's fucked up. Well, yeah, you deserve an apology. But because they did it, they do not want to take accountability for that. So I'm sorry to hear that. I also am getting for identifying the justice card and what you'll have to probably stand up for yourself of what people have been saying about you. I'm getting that some people are gonna like be weird towards you because they heard something, you know, like the game of telephone, someone said something and then it got misconstrued down the line. And then people are gonna feel a certain way about you, but they didn't even get the true message. They didn't even get the message right. I hate that shit. That's why I hate gossip. Like, I gossip about people because I'm like, this is how I feel, or if it's an experience. I'm just like, no, I feel like they're this type of person. So, I mean, I don't hang out with them, so I wouldn't know. And that's the end of the conversation. Then we're talking about me. Then we're talking about you. But for most people, they do like to gossip and like to create like imaginary situations of the people that they don't like that they could be in. Anywho, you are gonna have to stand up for yourself and shine light on a situation of evidence that people are bringing you because it was brought out of context, and the person that told them about it, they didn't even have a conversation with you. They just wanted to take their anger out and frustrations out on somebody, and you were the easiest person because they think that you're not going to stand up for yourself, or they think that you're not going to say anything. And I think that that's so funny because I feel that you're the Knight of Swords coming in with the quick truth to let them know, like, hey, but I also feel like there's going to be people at your defense as well, and kind of like, yeah, no, that's what it said in the messages. Like, that's what the messages said. Like, you're just not reading the messages or X, Y, and Z. There's going to be someone that comes to your defense quickly, but you're going to have to shine light on a situation that someone is bringing to you. So I hope you guys find these messages well. Let me pull a couple cards for your advice. And I'm going to get out of here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I've also been so obsessed with extra hot Cheetos. What is that about? I haven't eaten those like in such a long time, and then now I feel like my body's just craving them. So I'm gonna try to eat some fruit, some green juice. I'm always hungry at nighttime, so I'm gonna be taking a spoonful of Greek yogurt after I eat, so I feel full. Because sometimes I can eat like 12 tacos. I don't know why. It's because they're small and little, and I think they're a snack. Okay, let's get some advice. What advice can you give the collective this October? This month of October, what would you like to tell them? You know the song from Migos, Too Hottie? Shawty Too Hottie, da 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 da. Okay, yeah. If not, go listen to that, because I think that people are going to think that you're on your fucking shit this month. You're on your campaign, you're doing your shit, but there is going to be some people that are going to try to sabotage that because they don't like to see you on top. So be wary of answering messages that you don't really like. If you didn't send a person a message and they're sending you a message, just be wary of like what that message is actually saying, because people are going to try to get you caught up in saying things so they can take things out of context. Wear the color orange this month. There's been a dress that I've been wanting that's orange, but like I haven't been going out to seek it to find it. So I have a really cute jacket that I want to wear it with. What messages or what advice do we have? The color purple, ask for guidance as well. You guys could be seeing the color purple. Again, going back to like making a hard choice. And I do think let me get a little bit of advice on the choice on the choice. What choices are they gonna have to decipher between? Working hard, working steady on your craft. Slow and steady wins the race. And what is the other? You're going to have a decision between working with a team or working by yourself. It looks like my worst fear. I love working with teams, but I love my independent working by myself, because then I can talk to myself in my car. I can listen to ratchet music. I can eat lunch by myself. I don't have to discuss work 24/7. When you're working with a team, you have to discuss work a lot of the time. And it depends on what team you work with, but majority of the teams I've worked with, either they're all like, excuse my language, fucking off, and everybody's just like talking about whatever, and stuff gets done, but it's like behind the scenes, meaning that we'll hang out and get pretty much nothing done and not have to go home and still go do work. Or you are working by yourself at a slow pace, the pace that you need to, but then also you don't have people around you to kind of like bounce things off immediately. Like you have to send an email and wait, and you have to kind of like wait to get back to people and meet up on certain days and be on your campaign schedule wise. So I think that you guys are really going to find happiness in whatever choice that you make. I think that you're going to be very firm with your decisions, so you can actually utilize the time that you've been spending by yourself in isolation mode, because it's going to be super important in this next season. And if you like videos like this, be sure to follow me, like, share, and subscribe. Actually, if you want to book a personal reading, go ahead and follow me on my Instagram, and then book a reading with me there. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. Until next time, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.